Hi, welcome to albertoharlow.com. I just wanted to do a quick video on the guy handling the Detroit bankruptcy, Kevyn Orr. I tweeted a statement he made on NPR recently, and he was discussing the humongous task that he has in front of him, which is to, first he tried to negotiate a settlement with a lot of the creditors of the city of Detroit. He talked to them, and then he ultimately had to put the city into bankruptcy. So as this starts to play itself out, he made a statement that hope is not a plan. And I thought that was a really practical and pragmatic approach to what he's handling. And I think it's also very important for those of us who are in business, who are struggling. You have to attack these things, these challenges head on. You have to make decisions. You have to move forward. If it's not working, you got to make it work. If it's not working, you got to make changes. If it is working, then you got to stay in that direction, okay? So, but it is fascinating to me how everybody along the way, this has been going on in Detroit now for almost 30 years, continues to pass the buck on. And I want to point out to the unionized workers and the people who are going to be losing parts of their pension, their benefits. Everybody in Detroit is suffering because of certain decisions made by their leaders. And the decision that was made there was to cannibalize the private sector to the benefit of the public sector. And this goes back to something I said a couple weeks ago on a written blog, which is you cannot sacrifice the public and the private sector in order for public sectors to continue acting like they're not connected to the tax revenue. It is a limited amount of resources when it comes to tax revenue. If you overtax it and it does not produce and they leave and you distribute that capital to other places, whoever's left behind is going to lose. And Detroit's a perfect example of that. Their industry's been destroyed, their public housing is difficult, their private sector's left. The people who lose are the people who are entitled to those services. If you can't pay for them, they can't get them. So the bottom line is, maybe Detroit's a great example of why the private sector needs to be supported and not cannibalized. And hopefully throughout this process, some of our congressional leaders will realize that and make some changes at the municipal level, okay? Thanks a lot, bye.